In a White House where staff turmoil is becoming the norm, today it's Michael Flynn's turn in the hot seat. Unease is spreading among Trump allies and White House aides over whether President Trump's national security advisor misled administration officials, including the vice president, when he insisted he didn't discuss sanctions with the Russian ambassador.
We just obtained the resignation letter from the retired General Michael Flynn, the former national security advisor to President Trump. We don't have time to put this up on screen, so I'll just read this to you, Don. It says, in the course of my duties as the incoming national security advisor, I held numerous phone calls with foreign counterparts, ministers, and ambassadors. These calls were to facilitate a smooth transition and begin to build the necessary relationships between the president, his advisors, and foreign leaders. Such calls are standard practice in any transition of this magnitude. Unfortunately, because of the fast pace of events, I inadvertently briefed the vice president-elect and others with incomplete information regarding my phone calls with the Russian ambassador. I have sincerely apologized to the president and the vice president, and they have accepted my apology. Continuing on here, throughout my over 30 years of honorable military service and my tenure at as a national security advisor, I've always performed my duties with the utmost of integrity and honesty to those I have served, to include the President of the United States. It goes on to say, I am tendering my resignation, honored to have served our nation and the American people in such a distinguished way. I am also extremely honored to have served President Trump, who in just 3 weeks has reoriented American foreign policy in fundamental ways to restore America's leadership position in the world. As I step away, it's almost done here, Don. As I step away once again from serving my nation in this current capacity, I wish to thank President Trump for his personal loyalty, the friendship of those who I worked with throughout the hard-fought campaign, the challenging period of transition, and during the early days of his presidency. I know with the strong leadership of President Donald J. Trump and Vice President Mike Pence and the superb team they are assembling, this team will go down in history as one of the greatest presidencies in U.S. history. I firmly believe the American people will be well served as they work together to help make America great again. Signed by Michael Flynn. Don, that is a pretty stunning development. We're in week 4 of this new administration, and right now the President of the United States does not have a permanent national security advisor. He has an acting national security advisor. From what we understand, it's General Kellogg. According to sources who are talking to us tonight, General Keith Kellogg is somebody who worked with the Trump transition team, was a national security advisor during the Trump transition process. And so this is a stunning development. We were hearing just yesterday that Mike Flynn had no intention to resign and was not expecting to be fired today. But obviously the day's events have caught up with him. The weight of this scandal was enough to force him out of this very important position in the Trump administration. And Don, what we're hearing from sources at this point, there are some names coming up as a potential replacement for Michael Flynn. One of them is the retired General David Petraeus. That is a name you're going to be hearing about a lot here in the coming days.